Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home.
Today we are still working to clear some flint tubes and some more of these aluminum block petrol lighters. This particular lighter, the old flint has degraded inside the tube, and it appears as though, you'll see when I remove this inset screw, that the spring, the flint spring, is being retained in the lighter by the degraded old flint dust. Having a little bit of trouble getting a hold of it, being able to pull it out of there. You can see the end of that spring right there. And we will try to come up with a utensil that will allow us to pull that spring out of there. Don't think I can get a hold of it. Well, maybe I can. I had a hold of it for a second with the tweezers. And I've left a small scratch or two on the back of there, trying to get a hold of it. And not the most graceful operation we've ever accomplished, but at least we did get the spring out of there. So we've got the spring and the flint spring screw. And there appears to be some putrid looking old degraded flint in this tube again. So we will try to work the 3/32 drill bit in here by hand. And that is definitely breaking it up. We'll just see if it breaks it up here as fast as we need it to, or if we have to employ the power drill to get this accomplished. Looks like we are almost there. Just almost. You can see it's a little bit of a unique design there. Manipulating the file wheel like that, no roller, but before we can do that, we need to get this tube clear of the old degraded flint that has that file wheel seized up. And it looks like we have accomplished that. So we'll clean up our bit here. And that is making contact with the wheel. So we will hit this with a little canned air. And now we will take one of our common household disinfectant cloths and remove as much of that flint debris that is stuck on the wheel as we can. And run this screwdriver down the slots on that wheel to clear out those channels between the cutting edges of the file wheel. So now that we have our tube clear, we will install a new flint down the tube. It's a little short spring that does not have a tip or stop on either end of it. And then our inset screw. Which may be a bit of a challenge to get started. Or maybe not. Get our still spinning freely. And it looks like we need to clean that out a little bit more. As there's still no pressure on that file wheel. There's the spring. And the drill bit is making contact with the wheel. Drop that flint down there, and that is now making contact. And let's see if we can get it to make contact with the spring. Spring and inset screw. sure. I'm just going to spin this down in there for a minute. Hopefully clear out any flint debris that may still be clinging to the sides of the tube. Let's try this again. Flint down into the flint tube. Flint spring. And the inset flint spring screw. And I do believe that we now have the tube cleaned out sufficiently to where everything will make contact. Good spark. Tighten that on down. I have a really hard time seeing these screwdriver slots sometimes. That is screwed all the way down, so we will just back that up. Good spark. Looks like someone has had a little bit of trouble in the past getting that fuel screw out of there. The slot's a little bit jacked up. We're going to go ahead and get our flint dust rag out of the way here. Fuel this up. And that looks like the rest of it will have to be shaken out. I'm not going to absorb. So we'll do that off camera here. Another shake. Get our fuel screw back into place. It's a pretty cool little advertising aluminum block petrol lighter. I'm not sure exactly what that H is for. For some reason, a moment ago, I had Halliburton run through my mind, but I don't know their logo or anything. But I do need to look that up and see exactly what the advertisement graphic may be advertising. We got some pretty wet wick up here. Pull that up just a little. And now we have a working aluminum block petrol lighter. Until next time.